So I think it rolls into the principle of the product and the design itself. So the biggest barrier for integrated solar, and specifically solar tiles, has been cost. Being a more expensive product, it's how do you design a durable, aesthetically pleasing product that is at the right price point for the consumer to say, I want to spend the money to have that beautiful roof but still generate energy. And so in the early days, we really tried to design a product around a frameless solar tile. And when I say frameless, it means that there's no aluminium frame around the outside of the solar laminate. And this reduces a huge amount of cost. It really does. The frame is 50% the cost of the manufacturing of the product. And so by having that, you can really get that cost point down. There's a couple of barriers, but the main one's durability. So the aluminium frame actually encapsulates the solar laminate. So there is aluminium frame that goes right around the solar laminate, and there's a Tonson glue, which is a specialist PV glue that seals that solar laminate. And that stops any water ingress getting into the solar cells, breaking it down and causing faults, and therefore warranty issues, durability, lower performance, fire risk, these sorts of things. So having that not there was a great idea at the start, but the more we tested, the more we designed, the more we went around impact, so a hail impact or getting banged in install, not having that frame around the outside to protect it means that it would shatter. And so ultimately we made the decision to really focus on a frame that was really durable, seals the roof well. Without the frame, you don't get as good or really any roof seal. So there are products out there that just sort of clip in, but they don't actually, the waterproofing is under the solar tile, not actually the solar tile itself, where our waterproofing of the roof is actually the interlocking of our solar tile and the frame itself. So that was a really big challenge to sort of move away from that initial concept to keep the cost low as possible, and then go down this design journey of making a frame that's as lower cost as possible, extremely durable, really good aesthetics, easy to manufacture and easy to install. So that's probably the key point. How does it compare to the Tesla roof tile? The Tesla is a slightly different product, which has got a different press mechanism to fix it into the roof. Tesla is an interesting product in that they have launched 3 or 4 completely different versions of their solar tile to integrate with. First they had this full glass roof, so it was a glass solar shingle and it was a glass roof tile, which is extremely expensive, has those issues with impact and that sort of stuff. Really high weight, huge amount of weight, very difficult to install. But what it did was it achieved this seamless look that you can't see the difference between the solar shingle and the glass shingle. And that's great, in terms of the futuristic of building integrated PV and not seeing it all. Much lower efficiency, much more expensive. So really so far beyond that price point, 4 or 5 times the cost of our product. And really difficult to deploy and scale because it's an entirely new roofing system. Whereas Volt, we just integrate with an existing roofing system. So that roof tile is available in 85 countries and we just fit like a standard roof tile. Very easy to install, very easy to ship. I think the Tesla roof now, the new version, has about 50 or 60 SKUs, so that's 50 or 60 different components that make up that roof. We have one component. We are the solar tile. We fix down onto the batten. That is it. So it's a very simple design and much lower cost than the Tesla roof. As the versions evolved, Tesla has maintained the point around keeping their own roofing system. So now they've gone with a metal press tile, and I don't know the clear specifics of the newest product. I've seen videos and articles on install, but it is a metal press roof where they've made the coating on that roofing system very similar to the glass shingle, so it's very hard to tell the difference. The way they modify their glass so you can't see the cells as much is also very interesting, but again, very high cost, much more difficult to install, and the ability for them to scale that product is really hard because they've got a huge process in training their installers about this new roofing system.